Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? It's July 23rd, 2018, and I've never actually done a video like this. I did something like this back in September when Hurricane Irma happened, and I thank the Florida Panthers for what they did. They provided hot meals for the community. They gave T-shirts out, provide shelter. But this is gonna be kind of different. I never spoke about this event on my channel. I spoke a little bit about it on Twitter, but it's just like, I don't know. I think it's appropriate to make a video about this, and it's going to be about the South Florida shooting, the Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School shooting, and yeah. So I'm just gonna talk about it real quick and where I was, yeah, everything. So a couple months ago, I actually saw the video up on my channel. It was a game where the Panthers beat the Anaheim Ducks 8-3. I was actually at a Panthers game with my high school DECA chapter. We were actually at the game. It was part of our sports marketing field trip. We wanted to learn more about sports marketing. We wanted the whole chapter to know about it. So every year we usually do it. We usually either go to a Heat game, a Dolphins game, and this year we actually went to a Panthers game. So a lot of other schools were there, and one of those schools were Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. So we were learning about the team and all of that, and I actually met some of the people from the school. We were talking about the team. They were very very nice kids and all that stuff. We got a tour of the arena together, and it was just a fun day. Also, we got to watch the game. We beat the Ducks 8-3, and if you guys want to go back all the way to October on my channel, you can watch that video. What it actually was. It was one of the best hockey games I've ever been to in my life. Probably. I mean, the Panthers just got 8 goals. It was pretty amazing. So yeah, that was back in October, but now fast forward all the way to February. February 14th, I was currently in school. Obviously, it was Wednesday. Yeah, I think it was a Wednesday, Valentine's Day. I actually first was informed what actually happened. I was in Spanish tutoring because I had a quiz or something the next day. And my tutor, he actually got a call from his mom or something, and she informed him Douglas was on lockdown, and there was an active shooter. So then he was in shock, all that stuff, and then he actually told me, he was like, Noah. Then I was like, yeah, what's wrong? He said, do you hear what's going on at Douglas? And I was like, no, what happened? And then he told me what was going on, and then I was just in shock. I mean, I only live around 10 minutes from the school, so it was so close from home. And I mean, yeah, it was just, I mean, I actually got informed about it around about an hour after it happened, so I wasn't informed right away, and I actually didn't have my phone on me. I remember I should have had my phone just in case, but I didn't. So after tutoring, I went home. My dad was texting me. He sent 30 messages to me saying, guys, get in the house now, all that stuff. And then I actually learned how severe the shooting actually was. It wasn't how some other things are. There's usually a couple years ago there was actually an active shooter at another school near me, but they got him right away. This was actually happening. It was live, all that stuff. And yeah, I turned on the news and it was really happening. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I lived 10 minutes away and it was happening right here. I just I was sad. I mean, I was mourned. I was really hoping. I mean, everybody's all right because everybody I know, including myself, had connections to the victims and to people at this school. So it's not like they were total strangers to us. We knew them very like well. So then I was just like just sad the whole day. I mean, I was praying for the victims' families. I can't imagine how it is to go like through that. And I was like, oh my gosh, this hit so close to home. I mean, it was just so sad. So the next day, February 15th, my principal made an announcement on the loudspeaker. He said to us, we're all a family. We're all in this together. If you guys need help, my door's open. Like that stuff. I mean, I really appreciate that. I mean, I appreciate how people like come together. If you're down, there's always someone there to bring you back up, and yeah, things like that. So I would just like to thank my principal for that, my school for that, and yeah, But what I really want to speak about is the Florida Panthers, what they've done to help this situation, to make it better for the people who have been brought down. The Panthers were actually away during the horrible tragedy. They were actually in Vancouver playing the Vancouver Canucks, and I remember watching the game that day. Steve Goldstein was like one of the first people I think to announce what happened from the Panthers' perspective on TV. Obviously, there's been like tweets before it, but we were like everybody was so mourned, sad. There's several people on Panthers Twitter who are like alumni from Douglas High School, so they've been there before. That's that. Just really that, and then the Panthers were on a road trip. Then when they came home, everybody was just like so sad. They actually held a video tribute for all 17 victims. For all 17 victims. Randy Moeller spoke on the ice. Like things like that. They held a moment of silence. And what was the big highlight of the night was Roberto Luongo actually spoke in front of the crowd. Everybody who was there at the game that night, and he said he lives in Parkland. His wife was born and raised there. His kids go to school there, and I mean, I honestly didn't even know how he could honestly do it because he was all emotional. If you guys were watching the game, you guys could tell he was very saddened by the event. He lives in Parkland. A lot of the team lives in Parkland. And he was just, I mean, he thanked the teachers. He said they were heroes. Things like that. And that got a lot of media on Twitter. Things like that. People were thanking him. They appreciated him for saying that. And it was just a very emotional night. The Panthers actually raised $100,000 that night. They actually had they raised money from patches. They had patches on their jerseys, things like that. Stickers on their helmets. They painted the whole the boards MSD Strong, and yeah, things like that. So it was very good what the Panthers did that night, and the Panthers did so much more things. A big thing what they did was with the Stoneman Douglas ice hockey team, they won their state championship. So actually no, before that they got to have a day with the Stanley Cup. The Hockey Hall of Fame brought them the Stanley Cup. The players interacted with the players on their team interacted with the cup. They got pictures with it. They hugged it. They lifted it, like an NHL Stanley Cup champion does. So that was very cool. They also got to meet the team. They went behind the scenes. They got to go to a couple of games. And there's actually a game against the Ottawa Senators. Craig Anderson lives in Parkland. During the season, just like his wife. And the Senators gave everybody on the team a team signed jersey from the Senators. Craig Anderson actually got tickets for everybody on the team, so that was a very kind gesture what he did. And Stoneman Douglas, like I said before, won their state championship. So the Florida Panthers let the Douglas hockey team use their private jet to fly to Minnesota to play their game, and that was just amazing. I honestly couldn't believe they did that. So yeah, the Panthers did a great job. I was watching videos. The Douglas hockey team was beyond grateful. They really appreciated it, and yeah. So what I'm trying to say in this video is, it seems like sometimes I'm upset with this team because they sometimes don't win, and yes, a lot of us say that too. But at the end of the day, this is just a game. Really, there's bigger things to worry about right now rather than just watching the Panthers play, win or lose, whatever. They're going to stay in Florida forever. And guys, don't listen to whatever anybody says saying, "Oh, the Panthers are going to move to Quebec." I mean, no, that's not going to happen. Ownership has committed this team to stay here forever, to provide the South Florida community forever. It won't stop. They'll help us forever, everybody forever. So if this whole relocation thing, all of us would. So if this whole relocation thing could just stop, we'll all appreciate it. But also, what I'm trying to say is Viola may not be the best owner in the NHL. McKenzie may not be the best captain, but at the same time, they are great people. Viola really helps out this community a lot. So does Matt Caldwell, Doug Seafood, everybody else in the Panthers organization. They really make everybody feel like a family member. They don't leave anybody out. They make sure all of us matter, and we're all feeling good. So I mean, nobody's upset, and that's what they want to do. If somebody's been brought down, they'll make sure they'll try their hardest to bring you back up. So that's all what matters. It's just, yes, we get upset when the Panthers lose, but at the same time, these are great people who are working for this team, great people who are leading this team, and they're doing great things. They've done a great job after the shooting. They provide for the community. They made sure everybody was okay. They've held donations, things like that. So, yeah, so at the end, this ice hockey is just a game, and what really matters is the well-being of people. All right. This was a tragic event, and even though I'm doing this video 5 months after it happened, I was thinking I had to do this sometime. It's just that. So I would just like to thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, if you guys need something, I'm here always. I'll be on this channel forever. Yes, it sometimes seems like I'm on and off, but I told you guys what happened. So yeah, see you guys.